This hour by Frederick Remington, fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. Exclusive, no refrigeration, 10-year extended shelf life bacon. The thickest, meatiest, center-cut bacon in the industry at fullycookedbacon.com.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in today. I am Naseema Omer, your host, and thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. You can always listen to the show again and again and share the files with your family and friends by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com. Also, after the show, you will find my video file on the YouTube channel called the Naseema Omer Show. So that way you can see pictures of what we're talking about, put a face to the guest I'm speaking with, as well as myself. Enjoy the show. I have a very special show lined up today with a very special guest who's in the studio here, headquartered in Burnsville, Minnesota. Longtime friend, Nicole Huff. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Naseema. So great to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited you could make it.
Oh, the excitement is all on my level.
I know you keep super, super busy, as do I, and so this is wonderful. Gosh, how many years has it been since we saw each other last?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Let me tell everybody a little about you, Nicole. I know Nicole for a long, long time, as you just said, going back to our Fitness World days.
Exactly.
At the YMCA in New Hope, Minnesota. Yep. Pilates and so much more. Those were fun times.
Oh, it was great. I actually worked across the street. I was doing black and white printing, and I would come on over to your class. It was a highlight every time.
That was awesome. And Nicole Huff is an artist and business owner of Nicole Huff Photography. And Nicole actually was the photographer at my second wedding and reception. And you did a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job.
Well, I was just honored to be part of it.
It was awesome. It was fun. We had a good time. We had a great time. Nicole, you are based in Minneapolis, at least as of 15 years. You've been in Minneapolis, right?
I've been in Uptown now probably almost 20 years.
Wow! Oh, my gosh. You look just the same as the first day I met you at the YMCA in New Hope, which is many years ago. You are married. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And happy marriage. And you graduated from Macalester College with a major in studio art and a minor in political science. Political science? Who would have known, Nicole? Really? Wow, good for you.
It was definitely a fun counterbalance with the studying art, I thought.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you supplemented it with an associate's degree from Minneapolis Community and Technical College in Photography and Digital Imaging.
I did, yeah.
Wow, fascinating. So tell me a little bit more about you. How did you decide to get into photography?
Well, I actually, when I first started college, I was doing more printmaking, and I actually went to a Richard Avedon exhibit at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, and there are these just absolutely gorgeous black and white photos, and it completely changed the trajectory of my art. I started focusing more on photography. When I was done with college, I became a professional black and white printer at a photo lab, which was across the street from the YMCA, which is how we met. And while I was there, I really focused on, I really loved imagery and the aesthetic from the 50s and 60s. So I used to do a lot of found photography, like I'd find old cars or mannequins. And once I went back to school at Minneapolis Community and Technical College and learned more of the technical aspects of photography, more about lighting, digital, retouching, I actually shifted to more in-studio shoots, and then I started focusing on my current series, which is my Barbie series.
I know, I can't wait to hear all about it. And thank you so much. I have this beautiful print in front of me of Barbie in a black and white. And what do you call this particular print?
That one I call Debut Barbie because it's based on the original Barbie from 1959, and it was a reimagined Barbie from 2009 for her 50th anniversary.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. It's going to go in my grandkids' room.
Thank you.
You know, the sister's room, as I call it. Well, Nicole, that's amazing. So you were doing the fawn photography and many other things. And why Barbie? How did you get this idea? First of all, let's back up a little bit. Did you play with Barbie dolls when you were little?
You know, I did, although I only had a few. I mean, now as an adult, I have many Barbies. But as a kid, you know, I had a few. I played with other toys as well. But I definitely had a Barbie, although not the same as what I use in my imagery because I was a kid in the 80s, so
nice.
Different style of Barbie.
Nice. Well, you know, I didn't grow up with Barbies. We didn't have a Barbie in our home, but my friends had a couple of Barbies, and so that was fun. It was a novelty.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, you know, growing up in Kuwait, that's where my childhood was spent. But my grandkids, and not only my grandkids, my own daughter grew up with Barbies, you know, so she went through a phase and then she grew out of it. And my grandkids are into it, but not that much anymore. They're now into like a bunch of new stuff that keeps coming out.
That's the thing. Toys, I feel like kids are only into one toy for a very short period of time. But that's what's cool about Barbie is she was introduced in 1959, so she's crossed as many generations of people. And even if people didn't have a Barbie, you recognize her because she's, I would say, probably the only toy that's been culturally relevant for over 50 years.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And then her counterpart, or I should say her partner in crime, so to say, Mr. Ken, he wasn't in existence even when I was growing up.
Yep, he came around a few years after Barbie, and he was kind of the coveted, you know, accessory. Like, I never had a Ken doll, you know, and that's ultimately, it's kind of the joke, is that Ken is ultimately Barbie's accessory.
I love it. And, you know, little girls growing up, really, at least initially back then before his birth, you know, they were like, no, we don't want to play with a boy Barbie. But then that evolved in itself, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? So, okay, so how did you come about acquiring? Did you go shopping for Barbies first?
You know,
did the passion for photography, taking pictures of Barbie come first?
The more the desire to photograph the doll came first. Because, and then when I started getting ideas about it, it's like, you know, everybody knows about Barbie. She's interesting in that she has a lot of cultural baggage, good, bad, and she can just be fun, you know. And then I was sort of taking my more technical experience, like, you know, utilizing the studio to design scenes and portraits with the doll. So once I sort of in my head came up with that I wanted to explore this as a series, then I started shopping around, you know, specifically for dolls that I really like or speak to me, or, you know, I get, you know, because there's so many different dolls. And I definitely I definitely tend to like the ones that are more of the old school. She looks to the side. She's totally got that sideways, you know, side-eye attitude, you know, so.
Yes, tell me, there's a message behind your photography as well of these Barbies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be a little sarcastic and a little funny, and it's kind of like you're pairing some of that aesthetic from a period of time where we have this sort of fake kind of plastic notion of what reality was, and it's, you know, I kind of riff on that a little bit. But I like to still keep it fun, because I think there's a real need for art nowadays that's fun, that you can get a chuckle at, that you can still enjoy, that you can, but also creates dialogue, I mean.
Exactly. I was just thinking the same thing. It's a great conversation starter for whatever the occasion
Oh, absolutely.
And wherever. It could be in the office, in your home, in socials and events.
Exactly. Like, that's why I like doing art fairs and art festivals, because everybody has an opinion about Barbie, positive or negative, and either they have the doll, they know somebody that has the doll. There's just so many things about her that create conversation, and pretty much all summer when I'm at art fairs, it's very, very interesting and I've made friends and just from these conversations at art fairs. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, you are busy. I know summers here in Minnesota go so quickly, and you're right. We have tons of fairs and art fairs and festivals and you name it, and especially in the uptown area as well.
Yep. Yeah, I always do the Uptown Art Fair. Well, I have for, I think, probably about the last 6 years, and that one being my neighborhood art fair, and it's one of the biggest events in Minnesota. So, I mean, just the sheer quantity of people that I get to talk to in one weekend alone is just astronomical.
I bet. I can only imagine the work and prep.
It's so fun.
It's a joy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nicole, what's your website so people can look at all this wonderful artwork in print that you've got going there?
Well, I make it easy. It's literally just my name. It's just NicoleHuff.com, and that's HOUFF.
Okay, wonderful. And when I do put that YouTube file together after the show, you will see that website and URL and Nicole's picture and some of her artwork in that YouTube file as well, video. And that's exciting. That's exciting. So you started playing with this, and then you went shopping for your prospects.
Exactly. Yeah. So then it sort of snowballed from there, because you start off, I started acquiring some dolls, but then I wanted to do more complicated scenes. Again, I build all these sets sort of in my home studio, and I don't add anything digitally after. So any of the props that I use are all things that I have to find. They actually exist. They're not just like photoshopped in. So if I need like a wine bottle, or if I need a couch that I have a vision for, or an outfit, I have to go on the hunt and find all these elements. And I do most of that on eBay, to be perfectly honest, and just shop around and then find, sometimes I'll have an image in my head of what I want to work on, but I don't know if all the parts exist.
Yeah. Well, I hear that music, and what that means is we're going to go on a quick short break and be right back, but that's too funny. Shopping for Barbies and accessories on eBay. Wonderful. Stay tuned, everyone.
It's a no-brainer. A Big Berkey water filter is the one you need, period. You need a water filter that removes chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, BPA, and other endocrine disruptors, pesticides, bacteria, viruses, and much more, right? And does it all at only 2 cents per gallon. Get the original, most trusted name in gravity water filtration, Big Berkey. And now GCN listeners receive 5% off ceramic filter systems using code GCN. Call or click 1-877-99-BERKEY or BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY.
I tried other brands, but I came back to My Sunshine.
For the best hot or cold pain relief, get the best. Get a Sunny Bay heating pad.
Sometimes life can be a pain in the neck or back or shoulder.
And the best relief for that pain is a Sunny Bay heating pad. Did you know that the American College of Physicians said that one of the best ways to treat muscle pain is heat therapy? Sunny Bay heating pads are handmade with high quality, can be used at home or at work, and have a lifetime 100% positive rating on both Amazon and Etsy.
Why take another pill?
Many people use our Sunny Bay heating pads alone and got rid of the neck pain.
Long distance travel or long hours in front of a computer can take its toll on your body.
See why our homegrown small business at sunny-bay.com has tried to help people just like you. Get your Sunny Bay heating pads at sunny-bay.com. That's sunny-bay.com. Or call 253-678-1361. For hot and cold therapy, sunny-bay.com.
Face it, today's electric power grid is more vulnerable than ever. From natural disasters to EMP attacks and hacking, the grid could be crippled for days or even decades in the most dire scenarios. Visit quantumharvest.net to see our built-to-last EMP-protected solar power systems. While millions suffer, you'll have vital power for water pumps, refrigeration, and sanitation. Now that's peace of mind. EMP-protected solar power systems for every need and budget. See our full range at quantumharvest.net. Anytime, any place, anywhere, radio remains the most intimate of all forms of media. At home, at work, in the car, on smartphones. Over 90% of consumers still listen to radio every week. That makes choosing radio as a place to advertise your business one of the best decisions you can make. Email advertise@gcnlive.com and partner up with an experienced GCN representative. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Hello, my name is Marjorie Wildcraft. I'm the founder of the Grow Network, which is an online community of people who produce their own food and medicine. We are really into backyard self-reliance. If you want this lifestyle, I suggest your first step be to learn some basic home medicine. Just the other day, my 18-year-old son came to me and said, "Mama, I got a sore throat. Can you fix me up?" And I said, "Sure, Ryan," and in about 24 hours, he was better. The best home medicine for you to start out with is garlic. It's an amazing natural antibiotic, and I can show you how to use garlic to handle ear infections, sore throats, colds, and flus. As a way for you to get to know a little bit more about me and the Grow Network, I've written up an easy introduction on how to use garlic. It's at gcnwellness.com. Now, the station manager told me that I needed to say the URL at least twice, even though it feels kind of weird. But if you're interested in backyard self-reliance, you are one of us. Go to www.gcnwellness.com and let's connect up.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
This year, resolve not to be the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show. I just love this music by artist Lindsey Sterling, and I gotta give a credit every time that I can remember and think of it. Don't you just love that music, Nicole?
Oh, it's so it's just so positive.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It does get me all pumped up.
Totally.
But you're right. It's energizing, yet it can be so relaxing, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm interviewing Nicole Huff today on photography. She's an artist and owner of Nicole Huff Photography. And just before we went on break, she was talking about how she gets ideas and where she gets her Barbies from and accessories. And yes, Ken fits in that category, too. I just love it. I just love it. Go on, Nicole. You were telling us about your eBay adventures.
Oh, yeah. So it is funny when I get a vision in my head for what I want to work on, and then it's just the sheer, what kind of search words and everything do I need to put in to find it. So I was asked and honored to get to be one of the featured artists at the Minnesota State Fair a few years back.
Wow.
So I got to actually do a shoot within the actual fine art building on one day, and so people could come in and ask me questions. And for that particular shoot, I wanted it to be State Fair themed. So I had to sort of, go on the hunt for what does that look like. First, I picked out which doll. Then I picked out an outfit that I thought was really summery, and I actually already owned that. I picked out my Ken dolls, and then I needed something to kind of tie them into the fair. So I wanted them to have little bears, like they won her toys.
Oh,
at like at the Midway.
Yes,
so I wanted a bigger bear for one and a smaller bear for the other. And so that I did some, strange searching on eBay for Barbie-sized bears. And then once I found those, it was funny because I wanted something in Barbie's hand that was also very fair-oriented, and I just decided to go with cotton candy because, everybody, even if you don't eat it, everybody knows
that is a fun. You connected right away to the fair, bears and cotton candy.
Right. But what's funny is they don't just make, a cotton candy stick for Barbie. So I'm like, well, I wonder if they make cotton balls that are pink. And lo and behold, I found actually on Amazon, I found pink cotton balls, and then I took a Q-tip and I cut it, and and then for the background, which I often have to do, this I don't find on eBay. If I don't, some of the backgrounds I photograph myself. Okay. Some of the backgrounds are like fabric or patterns of that nature, and some of the backgrounds I need like a stock photo, like to buy rights of, and then I print that and I hang it like a backdrop. And that's what I did for the State Fair. I found a good Ferris wheel picture, printed it on like a very matte paper so I could still light around it, and then hung it like a backdrop. And then I actually did that shoot at the State Fair. Like I said, it was super fun, and that one was kind of an interesting challenge to find the components I wanted. And another one that was really fun was my astronaut Barbie.
Oh, I love that one.
Because I love that one. I had this vision of, I love, again, the 50s and 60s, like, movies and everything. I love old sci-fi. I'm like, I wanted the really stereotypical, kind of cheesy little green men aliens.
I love it.
So, and I'm like, well, what could I use? And I actually found that they're party favors. You get a big bag of them for like $10 or something. And so I found those, and then I found her outfit. But the funny thing with those aliens that I wasn't thinking about till I actively started shooting is they're just cheap plastic. They don't have flat feet, so they don't want to stand at all. So I had to use. Oh my goodness! They just, didn't even occur to me that they wouldn't stand. So I had to use like a sticky board and fun tack and everything under the sun to get them to stand. But of course they're top heavy, and they kept. I tell you, they would fall over and hit poor Barbie and
poor Barbie.
And those actually were a weird find from like a party store, like Party Central or something. But that one, it's like I think the shopping and finding the little components can be one of the funnest parts. And I have a piece, it's called Thanksgiving Barbie, and that was a really great example of it. I needed this entire kitchen. I did not own the kitchen. I had a vision of this kitchen. I knew it existed from the 60s. I was at an art fair talking to a total stranger about this kitchen, how I'd like to photograph it. I had this idea for a shoot, and it was a very hard to find kitchen. And this total stranger, this wonderful woman, had it and borrowed it to me.
Stay tuned to find out what happens next on the Naseema Omer Show with Nicole Hope on photography and Barbies and more and aliens. I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer radio show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-959-5759. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-959-5759. That's 1-800-959-5759. 1-800-959-5759.
Hello, my name is Marjorie Wildcraft. I'm the founder of the Grow Network, which is an online community of people who produce their own food and medicine. We are really into backyard self-reliance. If you want this lifestyle, I suggest your first step be to learn some basic home medicine. Just the other day, my 18-year-old son came to me and said, "Mama, I got a sore throat. Can you fix me up?" And I said, "Sure, Ryan," and in about 24 hours, he was better. The best home medicine for you to start out with is garlic. It's an amazing natural antibiotic, and I can show you how to use garlic to handle ear infections, sore throats, colds, and flus. As a way for you to get to know a little bit more about me and the Grow Network, I've written up an easy introduction on how to use garlic. It's at gcnwellness.com. Now, the station manager told me that I needed to say the URL at least twice, even though it feels kind of weird. But if you're interested in backyard self-reliance, you are one of us. Go to www.gcnwellness.com and let's connect up.
It's been said, any society is only 3 missed meals away from chaos. Those times may be near. Think about it. Our country faces multiple terrorist threats and aggressions from Russia and North Korea. Social unrest and violent marches yet again may lead to looting of stores and city shutdowns. And a crumbling infrastructure leaves our power grid vulnerable to long-term outages from a single cyber attack. When the chaos from any one of these threats arises, the government knows it can't provide during a widespread national emergency. That's why you need your own plan for self-reliance. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. Get a 4-week survival food supply for only $99. That includes breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Order online at preparewithgcn.com. $99 for 4 weeks of survival food that tastes like homemade cooking and lasts up to 25 years from My Patriot Supply. Get your kits today at preparewithgcn.com. Free shipping is included. Preparewithgcn.com.
Listening to the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, your host, and I'm interviewing Nicole Huff today on photography, particularly her photography of Barbies and more in print, and how she sets up the scene. She's all over the festivals and art fairs in Minnesota here in the summertime, and then she'll talk a little bit more about how you can find her, enjoy her prints, and own one as well in your own home. Nicole, just before we went to break, you were just telling us about, how you envisioned this kitchen from back in the 60s that you wanted for your shoot, this particular shoot that you have in mind. And I know you, and I know you're super creative, but then, I'll go back then afterwards to those little green alien plastic people. But please go on. Tell us about the kitchen.
Well, it was one of these things. I was talking to this stranger, this woman that I had met literally right then. We had struck up a conversation in my booth at an art fair, and I can't remember which art fair it was, unfortunately. And I was talking about this kitchen, how it was this perfect color palette. It's a perfect, 50s kitchen. It was made not by Mattel, but by a different company in the 60s, and it was just very hard to find. And when you did find it on eBay, it was incredibly expensive, out of my price range. And this woman who had just met me was like, well, I happen to have that kitchen. It's my most prized possession, but I would love it if you borrow it and do a shoot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just this amazing, positive experience. So what I did is she borrowed me the kitchen, and I did the shoot that I wanted, and then I did a separate piece for her in which she had her childhood Barbie that, again, meant a lot to her. And I did a similar shoot, but with her doll in it. And then I gave her, just it was a one-of-a-kind piece just for her. But
wonderful.
It was just such a positive interaction and experience that I had just because, of this, how Barbie and playing with Barbie and the experience with Barbie is so ingrained in our culture.
Yes.
And, that people will open up and tell me these things, and then this stranger who we became friends borrowed me this piece, this thing that was so priceless
for her.
For her, exactly. It was something that she had
treasured,
exactly, and so it really meant a lot to me. And it's funny how you make those relationships and such through art in general. And I've been just so lucky to get to go on this journey, doing art festivals, making art that I love to do, and meeting people that share their stories, and in this case actually shared her beloved Barbie kitchen with me.
Wow,
yes.
That's amazing. You've hit so many key points there. Art is a language in itself.
Exactly.
To be appreciated, is expressive, creates conversation, relationships, and so much more. It's really a great stress reliever.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're right. It's whether you like Barbies or not, it's going to trigger a memory.
Exactly.
It's going to trigger a memory for most people anyways.
Exactly.
99%, I would imagine. So, yeah, I would say it's a culture for sure. And then, there's controversies, there's none. But then it's a conversation piece again.
Absolutely. I had a gal, she bought a larger piece. It was this larger framed piece, and she was just the nicest lady, and I delivered the piece to her, and she was saying how that was her art, and she was very, that was excited. That was a piece she bought specifically for herself. And then she was telling me how her daughter she didn't allow her to have Barbies. It was an interesting counterbalance, but it was because, she just had, she didn't, that was just her views on it, and for her young child. And it was very fascinating to deliver a piece, because I don't know, art for her, to her that piece evoked something else, and it had nothing to do with the toy and what her daughter would be playing with. It was interesting.
Interesting, on the parenting, choices.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I respect all of that. Because I know, sometimes a child could want all the Barbies in the world, and then financially a parent can't do that. So, there's other things, and then the skinny figure, and the not so skinny figure, and having a accessory called Ken.
Right.
And
no,
so
it's
forth.
true. It's true.
There's different things. So, it can be enjoyed by when she's an adult or whatever, memories or whatnot, whatever be the case.
Exactly. And I just thought it was an interesting sort of counterpoint to, her buying this piece. And I thought it was, and again, completely fascinating.
Yeah.
And because, everybody has their own opinion. And what I really like at an art fair versus a gallery show, because I do both. I have stuff in galleries, and then I have stuff or work when at art fairs. Art fairs, people tend to have no filter. They'll be a little more open to talk to you about your piece if they like it or if they don't. And I think it's so enriching because regardless if we agree or disagree, it's so interesting, and I like that people feel that they're comfortable enough in this situation to have a meaningful conversation. I think that's where art's at its finest.
Yes.
You know, and that's what I love, and I love being part of that.
Wonderful.
I couldn't be more happy.
Very gratifying,
exactly.
right? To hear what is being said about your pieces, in every angle.
Right. Yeah.
And then you made your way to galleries. So, okay, how is that different then? It's more museum-like atmosphere.
It's generally a different experience to enjoy and be part of the art. It's generally more just the piece that's on display. I generally, if it's a gallery show, I'll have like larger framed pieces, which I actually really like looking at photos big to really get into the details. And I think people tend to not engage the artist probably directly as much, especially because the artist isn't always at the gallery.
True.
So they might be having the same kind of conversations that I get to be part of at an art festival with one another. I just don't get to be, I don't get to hear it.
Right.
But it's still like you hit a different group of people sometimes. I mean, sometimes the same group goes to both, but it's just another way to try to get more art out there for people to see. Like I'm a big proponent of hitting all angles, like try to do gallery stuff, doing art fairs and festivals, online community. I mean, the world is huge and small all rolled into one, and I just don't want to miss out on anything. Like I love having an online presence too, because I get people from other parts of the world that get to see my work, that contact me about my work, that buy my work. It's that kind of art community, or a way to get art to other people didn't exist not even that long ago.
Exactly. Technology sure has come a long way. And Nicole, on that note, tell us how can people find you again?
Oh, sure.
And your presence on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. So I have a website, and it's just my name. It's just NicoleHuff.com. And on there, I feature all of my work. And I also I make sure I have a appearance button on there so you can see if I have any upcoming shows, because in the summer, there's always a ton of art fairs and stuff like that. And then I'm on Facebook. It's just Nicole Huff Photography. And on Instagram, it's just Nicole Huff. My Instagram account, I kind of have a nice hybrid of some personal stuff and my art stuff to kind of give a more well-rounded view, I think, into my
wonderful. I love your creativeness. Oh, my gosh. So going back to not the Gumbies, but aliens.
Yes.
The green people. That was a challenge in itself, but I want to point out the detail and the thought process and the amount of, time and ideas that flood your brain. I'm sure you just jot them down before they get lost.
Yep. So what I often do, because I tell you, I have more ideas than I have hours in the day.
Right.
So I have a notebook where I jot down ideas for shoots, and then I also sketch out some of them, which sort of keeps, because sometimes I'll have one in my head, but then a different one will come to be more present in my thought process, and I'll go to shoot that one first.
Right.
And they take so long that it's not like there's such a process in getting it done, then photographed, then retouched, then test prints, that each one takes enough time that the one that I had been thinking about a few months ago, I could start to forget about it if I didn't. I totally take notes.
Yeah, that's a good point. If there's a young artist or someone just trying to dabble into artistry and artist work, jot your things down. They say that about dreams as well.
Yes.
Because then you're like, I will remember this, but then by the time comes, it's like, oh no, I know I had a really nice dream. What the heck was it?
I'm a I'm a champion of writing it down, sketchbooks, notebooks. It only takes a second to quick jot it down, and then it might just, a few months down the line, you could be like, oh geez, I gotta, what was that I was thinking about again? And then you just go back to it, and there it is.
Exactly. And with smartphones now, you can just actually talk and record yourself and leave yourself a message or something like that.
I sadly use that more than I want.
do too.
Oh, yeah.
I like to challenge my brain sometimes, but then it's like things fly off. It's holy schmoly. We're just too busy. Our lives are way more busier than what they were. So now tell me, the angles, Barbie, made of plastic, right? Plastic back in the day, figurine versus plastic in today, figurine. She's more flexible now.
Yep. So they've changed Barbie actually quite a bit. And so I actually have some of them, she was very stiff when you the ones back, in the 60s, her arms, they don't bend at the elbow or anything, and her legs didn't even bend for a while. Holy smokes. Yeah. But now they make her, you can get jointed ones, and actually I have some of the modern dolls that have more of the vintage face sculpt, but are jointed, so I can actually maneuver her body a little bit better, although I often use the very stiff ones because that gives that aesthetic, that sort of ties in better with that era. Yeah. But like for the astronaut one, that doll is a jointed one because to get her to be able to hold her astronaut helmet and get kind of the angle that worked good with the little green men, it actually worked better to use a jointed one. So I kind of will pick, because I have about 40 Barbies. I don't have hundreds like people think I do. But I have about 40, and I will definitely pick the doll that works best for the shoot.
Wonderful. Now I know if someone's getting rid of your Barbies and things, I know where to bring them to. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for more.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-261-9818 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-261-9818. Again, 800-261-9818.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com for the whole family.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's mypillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Healthcare reform is confusing, but whether it's finding an affordable insurance plan, keeping your doctor, or being able to afford needed prescriptions, navigating the healthcare system has become a challenge. Control your own healthcare costs and choices with Liberty HealthShare. Liberty HealthShare is not insurance. It is an association of self-pay patients who unite with like-minded people to share the cost of each other's medical needs. Neighbor helping neighbor. Learn more now by going to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the Internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest price filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show. If you're just joining us, it's the very last segment of today's episode, but have no fear, you can always listen to the archives and podcasts at your own time. Download the file and share it with your family and friends. Also look for my YouTube video on the Naseema Omer Show that you can enjoy looking at pictures and some of these wonderful prints made by I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, photographed by Nicole. And listen to the audio file as well over there on the YouTube. You can find the archives and podcasts by going to NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com. I do have a Facebook group page as well as a fan page, and I will put Nicole's resources on there. Her website is NicoleHuff.com, and that's Nicole, NicoleHouff.com. Nicole, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Time flies. Time flies when we're having fun.
Exactly.
You know, that's wonderful. Boy, there's still a couple of things I want to talk about. I mean, does Ken feel left out sometimes?
I think so, but, I'll be honest, I have really upped my Ken collection in the last few years, and I've been trying to do some portraits just of Ken to give him his proper respect.
We need to keep his ego intact, right?
Ken's pretty awesome, too. I'm a fan of his as well.
Yeah. Talking about all your prints and everything, one that sticks in my mind is of the two Barbies on the lounge chairs, and you've called it lounge print. I love that one. So that was one of your first ones you were saying.
Yep. Actually, that was about around the time that we met.
Yes.
And which is, I think, extra special that we're talking about it. And it was the first from my Barbie series that got into the Minnesota State Fair Fine Art Competition, which if you haven't been to that exhibit at the State Fair, I highly recommend going. It's an amazing, grouping of art. And that really helped propel interest into my Barbie series, because so many thousands of people see art there. And I got a lot of great feedback and a lot of positive feedback and sold a bunch of prints from that. And that really helped catapult the series forward.
Wonderful. I don't always make it to the State Fair. Last year, I think I was out of town, but I'll make it a point to catch it this year.
I'll find out later if I get in, but I always recommend going regardless. It's always a great time.
It's fun, yes. That's true. So, knowing me, and you as well, I know you love fitness. How about fitness Barbies? And I love dance as well, and music and all that stuff. Is that kind of in the works? Maybe a vision for the future?
It's definitely on my list. Like I said, I have this intensely long list because I have ideas faster than I can photograph them.
Right.
But I definitely want to explore that. I have I've had a lot of requests, especially for either dance related or a lot of people too, like kind of this nostalgic, almost 80s fitness. It has almost like this look to it.
Yes.
Although I'd probably use different dolls for that. But it's definitely on my list for ones to do for sure.
Wonderful. I know, it's endless.
It is.
And you must be super patient. Super intricate with your little fingers and details, because you're playing with all these tiny things.
Yes.
Do you get into sewing your own outfits for Barbie?
My life would be so much easier if I could sew, and I can't. So I have to rely on outfits that are made. And the thing is, because I'm photographing something so small, every little detail in like the fabric, the stitching, and in the props shows up. And so sometimes, unless the handmade stuff is done really well, it's hard to photograph. But that being said, I did find some people on Etsy that are great.
Excellent. And guess what? That music means we're coming to the end of our show. Nicole, thank you so much for coming in all the way from New Hope area, from Uptown area into the studio here in Burnsville. It's been a pleasure. It's been a joy, educational and informational. Please visit NicoleHuff.com and check out her selections and support her art and business. You will enjoy it. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you to everyone. Bye. Happy weekend.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Face it, today's electric power grid is more vulnerable than ever. From natural disasters to EMP attacks and hacking, the grid could be crippled for days or even decades in the most dire scenarios. Visit quantumharvest.net to see our built-to-last EMP-protected solar power systems. While millions suffer, you'll have vital power for water pumps, refrigeration, and sanitation. Now that's peace of mind. EMP-protected solar power systems for every need and budget. See our full range at quantumharvest.net.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.